Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Hey, what's up, loser?
Just, freezing my balls off here in Florida. Who knew it could be this damn cold here?
What is it, like 36 out right now?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't want to stay and watch 36-degree weather. This just sucks.
If there's one silver lining, it's at least that the wind is coming on the other side of the Taz and not this side.
That's a fact.
Chris tried to get me to go out fishing the other night when it was cold like this, off the fucking bow. Dude, we went out to the water side. It was insane. I was like, I'm not doing this. He stayed out there. I don't know how.
Yeah, I got this thin blood, and that with the cold weather don't mix very well.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Chris.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
What's up? Sorry, I'm a little bit late.
Hey, did you end up catching anything the other night?
No. I don't know why I said it like that. The answer is no.
Awkwardly paused there for a second.
Well, I was going to say, like, what did happen. Because I felt a couple snags, but reeling it up, nothing.
What's up, y'all?
Hey there,
What's
bud.
up?
Fuck, it's cold.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's pretty terrible.
Jesus Christ.
Like I was telling him, at least we're not on the water side. That breeze coming off over there is pretty intense.
No, that's why I'm a little bit late. From the other night, I knew I had to throw on a couple extra layers.
That's fair.
So you had a couple donuts?
Oh.
Ooh.
Dude, is there any way when the time comes that you can make those drinks hot?
I don't know. It's like his third week in a row. He'd have to go get drinks.
Hot toddies?
Hey.
Hey.
Maybe not for watch,
Hun-
but maybe after.
Virgin hot toddies.
Virgin hot. That'd be gross.
Maybe next time you guys can use your synthesizer to bring up some whiskey. Warm the bones.
Some non-alcoholic whiskey.
No, just whiskey.
Hell. That's like drinking decaffeinated coffee. What do you want to do? Just stain your teeth?
Just hate the flavor.
Let's drink something gross and disgusting and not have any benefits from it.
Fair enough.
There's weird people like that who drink coffee just for the flavor, and I don't understand it at all.
Well, it depends on how foo-foo it is.
Well,
Like, if
foo-foo
it's-
coffee I can
Foo-foo's
understand.
different.
I'm talking
than-
like somebody who's drinking straight black coffee with no sugar, no anything, and it's decaf.
Ugh.
Like, do you just hate yourself?
What about straight black coffee with no cream or sugar, but still has caffeine?
Well, at least then you're
That's
getting
gross.
the benefits.
Yeah, that's a benefit.
Like, you're at least waking up.
Yeah, but
if
that-
it's
that
straight black
disgusting-
without caffeine, there's no, like, you're just putting liquid hatred into your body.
Yeah, decaffeinated coffee is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but you're not going to get anywhere.
It's true. There's actually
That's a pretty good
proven
description.
Yeah.
that caffeinated coffee, when people drink more than 4 cups a day, have a higher brain activity than people who don't drink coffee.
Well, yeah, I imagine it's just firing off all these neurons. Like,
I mean, that explains somebody that we used to know who basically just walked around with a
Somebody
pot
that I
and
used
just
to
drank out of
know.
that for the whole day. Guy was one of the smartest and knowledgeable guys I've known, but he also smoked like 2 packs of cigarettes a day.
What about crystal meth and cocaine? That
You
increases
know-
brain activity as well.
I wonder if...
I don't think we can do that, but a badass band name.
I did see something
What?
that...
Crystal meth and cocaine.
I did see something that
Zoomies.
came out the other day warning us about cocoa leaves or something like that. Did you see that email?
Oh,
yeah,
cocaine.
the tea.
Yeah.
coca tea or something like that.
I don't know.
I was actually reading it because I was like, what the fuck is this?
How many people knew that before the email is my question.
I did.
I didn't.
So how many people are
Yeah,
going to buy it
they
now?
even
that
know
they
it
did?
Now
existed.
that they know it exists, yeah.
Well, it's like
Stupid.
back in when we had spice before, that became illegal, but everyone was like, oh, it's legal.
So when it came to the spice thing that came out a few years ago, that whole thing only reminded me of the scene from the movie Idle Hands, I believe it was. Guys, like, if you can, I
Oh,
heard you can
Jessica
like roll up
Alba.
some oregano and get you a pretty good buzz. It's actually a pretty cool idea for a movie.
Yeah.
Basically, a dude's hand gets possessed, but just his hand,
Sounds like Metal Gear
and
Solid.
it's a comedy.
And he cuts it off.
Yeah, like on Evil Dead,
Or Metal Gear Solid.
which
Yeah.
actually is a hilarious movie.
Did you see that they're supposed to make a movie for that?
I did.
I mean,
Make a movie for what?
Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, I think you've said that before.
Speaking of that, it comes out tomorrow, right?
Yes. Well,
Wonder Woman?
yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
I thought it was on the...
It's on Christmas.
Oh, I guess that is.
Well, I guess in
well, no.
26
The
hours
day
it'll
after
be
tomorrow.
released. Yeah.
Well, tomorrow when we get off this watch.
26 hours from now.
We just figured
Well,
all
now
that
that
out.
we can't count.
Anyways, going back to the drug stuff. A couple years ago, I was taking some fat
Butt
burners, right? It worked incredibly. I lost like 30 pounds in like 2 months. It was awesome. And then I got off the stuff. And
What stuff we talking about? No, sorry, I was spaced out for a sec. What?
Some fat burners.
Okay.
You know, I may or may not want to say the name of them, you know, but there was stuff that was sold at the exchange on the counter, and then I stopped taking them because I went to the exchange to find them, and they didn't sell them anymore, and I was like, that's kind of weird. Well, come to find out a couple months later that the reason they pulled them from the shelves is because they had trace amounts of methamphetamine in them, which apparently is a good weight loss. But apparently people started popping for them on their drug tests and came back, found out that it was from this fat burner, and they disappeared off the shelves overnight.
I wonder how many people got processed out before they started to realize that there was this anomaly trend.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I was really disappointed at the time because I went back to get another bottle, and they were like, oh, yeah. The lady was super weird about it, too.
So upset. I was like, I had this
tweaking,
itch,
man.
and like, I needed some.
Fucking up there grinding your teeth.
Well, like, I went up and talked to the lady, and I was like, hey, where's this? And she was like,
You got
oh,
the
she got
stuff.
real weird about it. She was like, oh, we don't sell that anymore.
But I got some.
I was like, why not?
Just
And
got
she
to
was
go
like,
around back.
we just don't. Okay.
I would have asked her where the stash was that was on the shelf. Is it sitting in the back somewhere? Maybe we could work something out.
Well, at the time, like, and it's weird because I don't remember feeling any different on them, right? Like, I dieted, I exercised, everything was normal, and I just lost weight a little quicker than normal.
Well, what
I
happened?
didn't feel tweaked, I didn't anything. But, yeah, I lost weight a little faster than you probably would have without it. But it was one of those, like, once I found out about that, I was like, I wonder if I'm going to have some long-term effects from that.
Obviously, you
knows?
did.
I actually got a phone call yesterday from the pharmacy recalling some of my medicine.
Oh, that's
And-
exciting.
But that's how I woke up.
Does it cause
So-
anal bleeding and anal leakage? Is that why they're recalling it?
No, he's
No.
sticking with that.
I woke up to this voicemail, and I was kind of alarmed by it because the phone call came in at 12:18 in the morning. So I was
It's interesting. 'cause,
concerned.
in your rack on the ship.
Well, I mean, when I went out for...
We got those cell repeaters.
Okay.
Dude, I lay in my rack all the time and watch Netflix. You don't do that?
That's not what he's watching, but we'll go with
We know.
Netflix.
Because his wristwatch won't give it to him.
Netflix and chill with Pamela.
Yeah,
Angela and her 5 sisters.
nuts flick.
It's actually, I don't know if that's a take it. I wonder if there's one out there like that.
Nuts flick?
Yeah.
Netflix.
I don't know,
Netflix.
but TM, by the way,
Trademark.
right now.
Write that
It's
down.
been done. So anyways,
Let it be
Continue.
So I was kind of alarmed, called the pharmacist, and they said, oh, we didn't call you about that. Are you sure that this is where it's from? So they hadn't called me another pharmacy. I called them, and they were like, oh, yeah, it's for, blah, blah, blah medication.
Hey, did
It's
you
for
guys see this
sleep.
heater sitting over here?
No.
A heater.
Dude, I call firsts.
I'm going to turn it on. I saw it first.
I call seconds then. Fuck.
That's fine. I don't care.
What we need to do is put a fan behind that bitch and just blow the heat around.
So that's why I wore extra layers.
Continue.
So anyways, it's sleep meds.
All he
It's called
has last.
trazodone. It's a sleep medication. Well, I looked it up online because they weren't sure why. They just know that a few days ago a recall was released and they're trying to tell everyone to get rid of it. According to Google, it's because at the manufacturing plant they had mixed up the bottling with sildenafil.
No.
You know what that is?
Freaking way.
You know what
Yeah,
that
I
is?
do.
Viagra. So I had to ask. I was like, so let me get this straight.
So if
I
I wake
could've
up with
got-
a raging hard on, I got the wrong
Well,
bottle.
the problem is,
or the right
problem
one.
is if he took one of those, he would have never fallen asleep.
No, either way, like one way or another, I'm gonna go to bed. But that's what it is.
As long as you don't have an erection that lasts more than 4 hours.
I could be sleeping through that for 7 or 8. Either way, I just thought it was weird.
can't sleep in an
The
erection.
pharmacy, the manufacturer, the warehouse bottled it up separate and shipping it out so people could be accidentally not going to sleep.
Well, good for them. Right?
Honey.
At least
honey,
it's
help me
not
fall
something that would
asleep.
harm them unless they had some kind of serious heart condition, and then it probably killed a bunch of people.
Probably.
Maybe. I mean, pharmaceutical companies
That
are
made me
like that.
sad.
You know, like when they come up with new vaccines and then they release them and they don't really quite know how it affects everybody, but
What's that called where half of your face goes dead? There's some...
A stroke?
No.
Bell's
it's
palsy?
Bell's
Bell's palsy.
palsy. That's what it is. Yeah.
yeah, I've seen there's some syringes out there that cause all sorts of effects. I don't even know what's it called.
Side effects?
Side effects.
That's a word.
It's also a movie.
Mm.
Pretty good one, actually.
Well, now that we've talked about drugs and got that out of the way,
What are you guys doing for Christmas?
what do you have in your mouth, for crying out loud? It's so loud.
It's a little nicotine pouch.
Oh, okay.
You're not
Can
supposed to
hear
be
you
doing that
slapping
on
your
watch, you
lips.
know.
You're not supposed to spit on watch.
So you swallow.
I do. Like a champ.
Gross.
Just spit it out if somebody walks by.
You can't see it that it's in there.
I heard it. He's standing right next to me.
Who's going to walk by at 11:30 at night?
Remember, a section leader
in
popped up the
32
other day.
degree weather.
Oh, that might
36.
deter him.
Wait, is that one of those pouches that you're supposed to spit, but you're just not gonna spit?
No, you don't have to spit this one.
I was gonna say because when I was growing up, my dad used to do chewing tobacco, spitting in a can. One time, I accidentally took a drink out of it without meaning to.
Yep, I've done that
Gross.
before.
Yeah, it was a Coke can. I thought it had Coca-Cola in it, and it had sadness and puke.
So what are we doing for Christmas? Well, I mean, I am going home because I live here. But what are you guys doing?
I'm probably going to do one of those Christmas Santa bar crawl things
Huh.
for all those single folk out there.
Do you dress as Santa? Or?
Yep. Got to dress up as Santa Claus or an elf or Mrs. Claus.
You'd make a cute elf.
Something
You should do that.
festive.
So anything that fits the theme.
Height-wise,
Yeah.
Drew would make a cute elf. No,
Yeah,
there's no
maybe not
Cosplay
cute,
as one.
but he could make an elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to go out and mingle a little bit, get to know this place a little better,
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
and hopefully not freeze my balls off.
Well, during the day, it's been getting like 60s.
Yeah, but he's talking about a bar crawl, which is usually at night. And he's going to be in a festive suit, which usually means tights.
Fair enough.
I feel like that's a pretty good way to get out there and get to know the area better. Because
Well,
now that,
It's to do it drunk.
That's right.
well, yeah, but now that we're on the short list for the home port shift to actually just end up staying, that's a good idea.
Wait, you heard
I-
something?
Let me put a pin in that and revisit it because I don't want to give out too many details that aren't quite yet worked out.
Spill the tea.
But while he's thinking about that, what you were saying a second ago, the learning the place while you're drunk. When we pulled into Bahrain once, prior service, I went out with this guy, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I know the whole area. I know everything." And we go out, dude has no fucking clue where we are. He was like, "Dude, we have to hit the bar." I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "I only know this place while I'm drunk. I don't know it while I'm sober." I was like, "You're full of shit." He got hammered, knew exactly where he was going after that.
They
was like,
actually
that
say
is
that's a thing.
incredible.
That is a thing, especially
Yeah.
if you like
Incredible.
black out and then
Yeah.
forget.
People that study and they like have a beer while they study have ended up doing horrible on the test that they're studying for because they are not drinking during the test. So it's an actual thing.
You have to like recreate that environment.
Yeah.
I guess. It was just weird to watch.
Did y'all start out at rock bottom with some flaming Lamborghinis or some bullfrogs?
I do remember the flaming Lamborghinis. I was like, that is...
Those things are dangerous and burn your eyebrows off.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. For real. So, I don't know what's in it, but they give you 3 martini glasses. with different liquors in them. And the middle glass they set on fire, and you stick a straw in and start drinking. And as you're drinking, they pour the other two into the middle one.
I
Never
did
had it.
that kind of same thing. It was in Turkey though, and it was $20, fishbowl. They bring it to you, light it on fire, and pour more in it as it's on fire. And you're supposed to have like 4 or 5 people drink out of this thing. It's sad to know that I walked out of there, because you get a T-shirt with it too. But I walked out of there
Worth
with
it.
like 4 T-shirts.
So
That was a good night then.
Well, I don't know.
when I went to Germany, we found this place that said that they sold legit absinthe. And, of course, you can't get it in the States. We were like, oh, that's cool. And they were like, yeah, man, come upstairs with us. We got all this stuff. And me and a group of people went up. I don't know, maybe it's like the naivety of me, but I didn't know how absinthe is supposed to be drank, I guess.
I think someone's reading a dictionary.
Oh, fuck you. Anyways,
The
so
nativity of you.
I had no idea. I thought like it was just you took a shot of it like a normal drink.
Nope.
And then they broke out spoons and put a cube of sugar in the middle and lit
Yep,
the spoon on
sounds
fire
about
on
right.
the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking at it like
And then it turns white
I'm looking at it
from
like
the water.
dude, this looks a lot like something that I would see in my hometown, but for completely separate reasons. And they're like, yeah, man, you got to melt the sugar, and then you take the shot and drink the sugar, blah, 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 blah. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? I was like, I feel like we're doing some highly illegal stuff.
Did you see the green fairy?
I didn't actually drink it.
No.
So I
That's
was the
unfortunate.
designated sober guy for the day. So the other people all had it.
You actually followed that rule?
I did. Well, and I was
Good
also,
old designated walkers.
I think I was 19 at the time, too.
I've
Scared
had
straight.
absinthe once, and I didn't
Real
know I was
absinthe?
taking it, and I drank it, and I was like, "Yeah, this is not so bad, good taste." And then somebody told me what it was. I think that's illegal for me, and I like walked away and jammed my fingers down my throat and vomited until I was vomiting nothing else because I was so scared.
So I used to have a bottle of absinthe I got in Croatia that was made with wormwood, so it was the stuff that would make you hallucinate. And an ex of mine took it when we separated.
So I actually looked
bitch.
into it when we were coming back because I bought a bunch of bottles of absinthe. And when we were coming back, I was like, are we allowed to have this? And apparently the U.S. is one of those weird spots where it's not illegal to own, it's illegal to sell. So if you brought it from a country where it was legal, it's completely illegal to own and drink and all that. Not for us, obviously, but like spouses and shit. But you can't buy it anywhere. And you can't sell it to anybody. You have to maintain possession. So I still have... They're like bottles about yay big. It was like a set of like 6 of them that are all different colors and stuff that are...
Guess I know where I'm going on Christmas.
Yeah, I might have to come over too because I
Dressed
don't have any
as
Christmas
Santa.
plans.
Go watch.
Well, you don't have anything going on either?
No, I mean I can't really go home and visit the wife or have her come see me because she has to work both Christmas Eve
that
and
sucks.
Christmas Day. So I'll just be chilling.
Have you figured out yet what type of puppy you're going to get for her?
No,
I thought you said you were going to do that for Christmas.
no.
Okay.
So confused.
Well, we can go drink some absinthe and hallucinate and watch Wonder Woman.
Dude, that sounds like a good night.
I plan on streaming that at my house. And
I was going to say, are you going to do theaters or are you going to stream it?
what if you guys came over to my place? I mean, if you guys got nothing to do, I am throwing it up on the projector, and I plan on watching it
Where are
that
your
way.
kids going to be?
I don't know. Wherever the hell they hang out. I don't know.
Sleeping because it's Christmas. I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, it doesn't come out on Christmas Eve, so they'll probably be playing with all their crap. So I plan on watching it, streaming it, because it's free to stream.
Is it free? I thought you had to still pay for the...
You pay for a subscription, but
You don't have to pay extra for the movie,
yeah.
Oh, I thought you did.
Nope.
which is making me think about getting it because all the movies that are going to be coming on there, most of them I want to watch.
I did see
with
that,
the new
though.
JL Zack Snyder cut.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yep.
I did see that where they were saying that a bunch of those, whatever studio that is, their movies aren't going to be going to cinema. They're going to be going to the streaming service.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's all they've been doing for past few months is negotiating deals like that.
I think that the streaming service has a good hold on people, and a lot of people don't like going out anymore. So I think it's wise to switch to a streaming service. However, the movie loses money by doing that, a lot of money. On the same note, we also pay them a ridiculous amount of money anyway, so their bellies can go a little empty.
Yeah. I think the big one for me when it comes to some movies is some movies you kind of want to experience in a crowd environment. You know, like it's more fun, more memorable like that. But there's not very many movies like that.
No.
One of them that's getting released, I would really like to see in that Dolby Digital thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well, like I remember when what was it? Infinity War Part 1 came out. Was that the one where Thanos did the snap, and then Part 2 was the aftermath, right?
Yeah.
So when Thanos did the snap in Part 1, we saw that in theaters, and I remember like people just bawling their eyes out in the theaters. Don't get me wrong, I'm a nerdy person, but I'm looking around like people are actually crying about this.
I cried when Tony Stark died.
Now, see, that one's a little different. But when they're like, oh, here's all these people. The only one that slightly got me was when Spider-Man died. Because you see him get all, like, choked up beforehand. You're like, oh, shit.
So it wasn't Spider-Man dying. It was Tony Stark getting choked up about him dying.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
But, yeah, like, stuff like that will always stick out of my brain. Because I remember the way that the audience reacted. So you wouldn't have gotten that sitting
I could
at
see
home.
that because I went and saw Transformers, and I believe it was around Christmas time when it came out. It was the very first Transformers. Theater was packed, and this was a on-base theater too, so it sat like 5,000 people. Ridiculous amount of people. It was full. It wasn't an empty seat. Completely sold out. I had brought my oldest kid with me, and we were in there. We were watching it, and the part where Optimus rolls up for the first time, transforms, and then speaks. The theater lost their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was the original guy who voiced the original Optimus, Frank Welker. And he spoke for the first time, and it was just like the place erupted. I was like, there's so many nerds here with me.
It was like watching the new trilogy of Star Wars. The first one when Han Solo pops back up on screen and like all the other nerds in the theater are like cheering and stuff. You know, it was a cool environment to be in. At the same time, though, my biggest experience that I remember going to a base theater when I was stationed overseas was we went and saw the Evil Dead remake, which was decent, right?
It is crap.
But we watched it when it first came out, and the entire theater was full of like 13-year-olds that were doing that obnoxious, like, they just keep screaming at random portions and laughing so badly to the point to where like so many people went and complained. They turned off the movie, turned on all the lights, and kicked out anyone who wasn't 18 or over. Like, I'm talking like 300 people got kicked out. And it was like
geez.
the whole, like you hear that and you're like, oh man, that sounds terrible. But the whole freaking audience was clapping when the teenagers got kicked out.
I loved Evil Dead, but I don't think that was a movie you can remake because of the way it was a cult classic.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't stick true to what it was about in the beginning.
Or
and
the same actor.
Even so, I'm on the fence about that one because, I mean, I love Bruce Campbell, obviously. And,
Obviously.
well, you got to understand, if you like Evil Dead, you love Bruce Campbell.
Okay.
Yeah, but the
Well, then I
remake
don't know.
also lost a lot of the charm of what the original had.
That remake
which
was not a comedy at all.
No.
Well, and I remember, how long has it been since I watched
I
it?
think that's why it became a cult classic, because originally filmed as not being a comedy, but then it
With
was
comedy
so
elements.
ridiculous that people were like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then in Evil Dead 2, they went with it.
That's
and just
my
rolled
favorite
with
one.
it. Yeah, mine too.
Though I will say the original Evil Dead, even though it was more funny, I think I've told you guys this before, 10-year-old me was like, that haunted my dreams. So like going and watching the Evil Dead remake, I was like waiting for that moment to pop up because I was like, what if it like gets me into
10-year-old
adult?
you?
Mhm.
God, that was probably like an inch and a half ago.
Something like that. In more than one way. But
And then they chopped them up with a chainsaw, and there was blood everywhere.
Yeah. A Necronomicon and Chainsaw, and they call it Evil Dead. You leave out those two things, that could have been a good movie. Well, on that note, you guys thirsty?
Yep. Hot toddies, hot toddies, hot toddies.
Sure. I mean, something
I'm up
warm.
for it, but Chris said that he didn't want to go again.
Maybe I'll go up to the office and have some
Just
hot chocolate
synthesize it?
made.
Yeah. Ooh,
Hot chocolate.
Ooh,
Hot
that
Hot
sounds
chocolate,
good.
Christmas Eve. Yes.
Hot chocolate. Marshmallows?
Marshmallows.
Whipped cream?
And peppermint chips.
Got it.
Peppermint hot chocolate.
Okay, guys, I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
What's up, everyone, and greetings from the U.N.A.S.S Midwatch podcast. I'm Rob. I play Chief Master Gunny Doom.
And I'm Chris. I play Second Sergeant Leon. We just want to take a moment and talk about the stress that comes up during the holidays.
So between the two of us, we have about 38 years of military experience. Believe me when I tell you that our job is hard. It is no secret that the suicide rates are too high across the military.
And that during the pandemic, these numbers have risen. With the holidays around the corner and the restrictions we have, we need to be looking out for each other more than ever.
Believe me, if you are out there and you're listening to this or you're in earshot of someone cares about you and wants to help you through this rough time.
There are so many resources out there that you can turn to for help. Military One Source, Military Crisis Line, National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, military.com, TRICARE, your chaplain, your chain of command, anyone. Ask for help.
You're not alone in this fight. Many of us deal with mental health issues every day. The old saying holds true about carrying burdens. You just tell one person, it's 50% of that burden off your shoulders. Tell two more, it's down to a quarter. Remember, talk to people.
For the rest of the holidays, we will post websites and phone numbers within our show notes for ways you can get help and help each other.
Remember, watch each other's six out there. Stay safe. Stay U.N.A.S.S strong.
Hey, guys, I'm back. Here's your hot cocoa.
Hey, nice. Still
Sweet.
hot.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, you better drink it
Eve.
quick because it's going to...
Yeah, Merry Christmas Eve, guys.
Oh, yeah, look at
This is
that.
pretty nice and warm.
It is warm.
Ooh, marshmallows.
It's going to cool down quick, though.
So, in the spirit of Christmas and that it's Christmas Eve now,
Yeah.
favorite Christmas movies and go.
Oh, man. That's
Wait, before you say that, I see
tough
cookies.
question.
Yeah, get some cookies too. Get some cookies.
Where the hell did you get cookies from? Did you make them?
Yeah, I had them made.
Okay.
By who? Did you make
Had
them?
them made?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean? Had
Don't ask questions. Just nod and smile.
them? Okay. Well, I'll
Thanks,
still
sir.
get some.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay, yeah. Favorite Christmas movie. That's tough because there's different types of Christmas movies that I like to watch.
Okay. Favorite adult comedy Christmas movie.
Okay. That narrows it down to maybe 30.
Goodness.
One that I have to watch every year. It's probably Elf,
Okay. It's a good one.
but there's plenty others I have to watch.
Favorite nostalgic Christmas movie.
Another fine point. Probably the first two Santa Clauses with Tim Allen.
Okay.
good choice.
Christopher.
Elf is a good one. So I just found out this year, apparently we have a tradition, which I didn't even know, for Christmas with the Cranks.
Mm-hmm.
Nostalgic, I would have to go with A Christmas Story,
That is a classic.
It is old.
Just don't shoot your eye out.
right?
Drew Safina.
I'm trying to remember what the movie's called, but the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Jingle All the
Sinbad,
Way.
I think?
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah,
Yep.
that one. And it wasn't the first Home Alone a Christmas movie,
Yeah.
technically?
Yeah.
Sure is.
So that's a good one.
That is a must also.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, if you want to be basic, you could be that dude who's like, "Oh, Die Hard because it's over Christmas." Haha, get it? It's
And
not
you
a
would be the
Christmas
basic
movie.
one who brought it up.
No, I have a feeling Chris was about to go there,
Well, I mean, yes.
or Leon.
If I had to have a choice,
Either one of them.
I don't want that whole festive, feel good and love, and Christmas is really about, being wholesome and whatever.
The spirit.
I feel like that is fiction kept in the movies.
That's why I like the Jingle All the Way. That one breaks the Christmas mold for me.
Well, it does because they're
really
trying to
talks
chase down
about-
this toy and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Which is really what Christmas nowadays is about: is packing the stores. Everyone's getting irritated because you're standing in line forever. You can't find what you want. You don't know what to get, and it just ends up becoming a.
Except it's not about
corporate
toys,
scheme.
it's about J's now.
Jays.
Jordans,
Oh,
the shoes.
I've never gotten a pair of Jordans for Christmas, so I guess
my feet are too big
Yeah.
for me to care about shoes.
So anyway, I do like Die Hard. I also like Gremlins as a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
Oh, I completely forgot Gremlins was a Christmas movie.
it is.
Gizmo.
And Reindeer Games.
Yep, that's a good one.
The
Yeah.
war movie?
Reindeer
Games.
Ben Affleck, right?
And Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Mhm.
God, Charlie's there.
Yeah.
So mine,
Yes, she is an actress.
adult comedy Christmas movie, either Elf or The Night Before.
Nightmare Before.
No, The Night Before. It's about three friends. They come up
Oh,
with
The
this
Night Before.
tradition where they go out and get schwasty-faced on Christmas Eve. They've been doing it for like 15 years, and this is their last year doing
Schwasty-faced.
it. And then all this shit happens. It's pretty funny. It's got Seth Rogen and,
Yeah, it's fairly new too, isn't it?
yeah, I think it came out like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then Miracle on 34th Street, that's my nostalgic one.
That's a good one too.
Okay.
That's been remade a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't like is when you have those timeless classics. They try to remake them to make it up to date version. I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't know. I feel like I can appreciate a decent Christmas movie only because you guys know how I feel about Christmas. So if it is done correctly, like, okay, for example, Four Christmases. Have you guys ever seen that?
Of course.
Yep.
Like, that's not too bad, but it's extremely comedic.
The
around,
Four Christmases was the rom-com one, right?
Yes. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
With
is.
the really tall dude. I don't remember what his name is off the top of
The
my
tall, tired guy, Vince
head.
Vaughn.
Yeah.
Tall, tired guy.
But with
That's all he's
everybody
like-
that's
that's all he looks
involved,
like.
it's, a comedy. It just so happens to be centered around the Christmas season. If it's a Christmas movie where everyone's focused on Christmas
So wait,
and
a movie called Four
decorations.
Christmases is centered around the Christmas season. That's weird.
No, it's just Christmas is used as a tool to tell the story. When the story is we all love each other and this is just a wholesome time and let's go caroling and we love our family. I think
Actually,
that's
that movie had a lot of problems
unrealistic.
in the family, didn't it? One of his side of the family was like completely broken, lost their jobs, and he was rich, and he bought this kid like I think it was an Xbox actually. The rule
Oh,
was
yeah.
there was only supposed to be like $10 gifts, and now his dad makes him look like shit. So there was actually a lot of problems in that movie. It wasn't just about everybody feeling good.
I'm talking about other movies like
I'd like to know who pooed on your Christmas cookies.
Like a Bad Moms.
They're obviously not
Bad
these
Moms too.
cookies. These are fantastic.
Bad
Yeah,
Moms
these are
2
really
is
good.
I don't know. It's just the
Why you feel so bad about this holiday?
What's that movie with
Where'd
Billy
that
Bob?
start? Bad Santa.
Bad Santa.
Oh my god.
There's a good one.
It's actually been a long time since I've seen that. I don't even remember if I liked it.
It's pretty good.
Wasn't there like 2 or 3 of them?
Just two.
2.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw the second, but I remember the first.
It's been a while, but it's still good. It's not about feeling good and caroling, so you might like it.
Well, just it's unrealistic to think that like we just love each other, and you know what I've always had questions about is Home Alone. Is how did their family be able to afford that?
Did you
Yeah.
saw the house they lived in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but what did they do for a living to afford that house and pay for everyone to go to Paris for the holiday season?
So common
and
mistake.
then again in New York a few years later.
Common mistake. They're actually going to Miami, but common mistake. McAllister Sr., the dad, didn't pay for any of that. It was the mom's brother accepted a job in Paris, so you gotta imagine he's probably making buku money, and then went over to Paris, missed everybody. He paid for the entire family to go to Paris.
Really?
Yeah, because you had that one uncle that was super uptight.
Yeah,
The bald
who was-
guy?
Yeah, Uncle Frank.
Yeah.
Still though, that
Yeah, but
house
he
was
didn't pay for
ridiculous.
that.
The
No.
house was ridiculous, but in that area that which he lived at, that's actually an affordable house. It wasn't actually an expensive house. It's a pretty affordable house for that area.
Yeah, but why would you need that much square footage? Because once the
They
family
had 5
leaves,
kids.
The heating bill on its own.
not Kevin
Kevin, yeah.
and
The McAllisters,
Spike,
the
yeah.
original.
Buzz.
Buzz.
Yeah.
What did I say? Spike.
Yeah, they had 5
I don't
each.
know where Spike came from.
Uncle Frank and whatever the aunt's name was, they had their 5 kids.
And then the sisters.
And then the McAllisters, the main 2, they had theirs. There was 14 people, 4 adults. It was 10 kids, 4 adults.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah,
And they were all terrible parents.
they were their parents. So, common mistake.
How about this classic, Scrooged?
So, which one?
The Bill Murray Scrooged.
Okay, good. Because there's so many ideations of this.
The only one that matters is with Bill Murray.
Of Scrooge, yes, but
never seen it.
the whole story of Scrooge, like
The Christmas Carol, yeah.
yeah, the cartoon version with Jim Carrey was really really good.
Speaking
Only
of which,
because they made it look like he was Scrooge.
Speaking of which, The Grinch, one of my like guilty
Nostalgia.
comedy ones, like the one with him. Like,
Yeah, I don't like it
it's
because
so
of
good.
him.
I think that it's so good. Like the meme references now hit so much better than they did back in the day. It's one of those movies that's aged well.
I agree.
It's like Shrek, like you said. Like when it first came out, it was.
So what's
like,
your
okay.
fascination with green people?
No, I'm saying like I think that the movies themselves, like the message of them and everything, aged well.
You know, you go from green people aliens last week to Shrek
I believe
twice today.
aliens are supposed to be gray. Just saying.
No, they're green.
He knows because he's seen them. Have you seen that thing where people were petitioning for what the fuck is the kid's name? The kid from Home Alone?
Kevin McAllister.
Yeah. They're petitioning for them to remake Home Alone with him as the kid at normal age, but no one acknowledges that he's the age he is now. He's just playing the
Well,
kid.
because he still acts like he's a child in real life.
Yeah, I mean,
Like that's
Hey.
a remake I would watch. If they remade that movie with him being the kid at full age and no one acknowledged the entire time that he was a child, or that he's an adult but he's still a child, I'd be interested in that concept.
it'd be weird.
Speaking
I
of
don't think it would travel well.
speaking of Macaulay Culkin, have you seen
Yeah, I was like, Kevin
the movie
McAllister.
Monster, Party Monster with him?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
So it's got him, Dr. Evil's kid from the Austin Powers,
Yeah.
as his
Seth
sidekick,
Green.
Seth Green. And then they're like these druggy partiers in New York City. You should watch it. It's pretty funny.
Never even heard of it.
Not me either.
I need to take notes of all these shows I gotta watch. Like make show notes.
Maybe.
Yeah, you just have to read them.
These cookies are so good.
Thanks.
You gotta tell me where you got them from, for real.
So when it comes to like the childhood actors that were very formative when you're growing up, I think we do them a disservice in not allowing them to live that character down. Because no matter how many times or how much I see Daniel Radcliffe in something else,
He's Harry Potter.
he's Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Same
he
thing
definitely
with-
went down a real dark path.
with his
Af-
movies.
yeah.
And I know that actors and actresses, when they get typecast like that, they go to extremes to break that.
Like Miley Cyrus.
Robin Williams was one. If you ever seen 20-hour photo or 24-hour photo,
It was really good.
That was a good one.
it was really good, but it was such a break from what you're used to with him.
And they're like
The-
Adam
the
Sandler's
feel
doing
good.
that now too.
Yeah.
What was that other one? What Dreams May Come?
Yeah, another one. He was trying so hard to break that cycle of him
Comedian.
being the same person in every single movie. And I think Jim Carrey did that, and he went,
With 23.
yeah.
Number 23.
No, was it Man on the Moon?
Man on the Moon is what really kind of tweaked him a little different because he really sold himself for that role, and you can just tell that he was Andy Kaufman.
I think he wanted to be, though. Like
Oh,
an
without a doubt.
appreciation for Andy Kaufman. Like he wanted to live that role to not do a disservice.
Or Heath Ledger in Joker
Yeah, amazing.
But what was he
I'll tell you,
typecast as?
before that came out,
and love movies. Like
you could argue
comedies,
that that's
romantic
a Christmas
comedies.
movie. Some of the Batmans are Christmas movies.
could.
Yeah.
I will say that when I first saw the teaser stuff for Heath Ledger as the Joker back in the day, it was one of those where only thing I had ever seen him in was like the love movie stuff, right? And I was like, there's no way. I didn't even want to give it a chance. And one of my buddies was like, no, man, I'm telling you, I've seen him in some movies that aren't that type of stuff. Like, I think that he'll be good. I'm like, all right. And then he
Knight's
came out
Tale.
and blew everyone away. I was like, holy crap.
And then he blew himself away.
Well, that got dark. But either way, like that is a
The Dark
perfect
Knight.
example of somebody who completely changed their typecasting overnight.
Yeah, it was. I appreciate it at the same time. I feel bad because that's what they have to do to get our minds off of the fact that They only do rom-coms.
Or they completely
He's Kevin
change-
McAllister. He's Harry Potter.
Yeah, or they completely change their
Or Edward
media.
Cullen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they changed their media, like Mark Hamill. Like Mark Hamill really hasn't done much with videos, but he went to voice acting and
Cock
made a
knocker.
completely different name for himself. I would almost argue that Mark Hamill is more known to people now for
As a
his voice
Joker.
acting than he is as Luke Skywalker.
I'd say he's known
No.
for those two things.
He's
No, no,
known.
no, I'm
he's
saying-
known
I'm
for being
saying
the cock knocker.
To this
Yeah.
generation growing up now, the more people know him as the Joker than they do as Luke Skywalker. 'Cause there's a lot of young kids now I talk to that have never seen the original Star Wars trilogy.
And they are wrong.
And their parents suck.
So, you going to give up this recipe on these cookies or no?
Yeah, I can. So, unbleached flour, regular sugar, brown sugar, vanilla extract, chocolate chips, butter, and eggs. That's it.
That's the recipe.
Okay. So, there we go. I don't know.
That's not nearly as complicated as I expected.
It's not complicated at all.
Do you guys have any like family traditions about a certain cookie that gets made or
Yes.
Yes.
whatever?
So we do. For me, growing up, the tradition was make sugar cookies. With the Christmas cutouts, and then you get the frosting, the different colors, and then you make them.
Everybody just decorates.
Yeah, you
Until they're all
decorate the
done.
cookies.
Yeah.
I think,
Like hundreds of them. Took a long time.
Jesus, we didn't do anything with cookies, but I guess like something that's kind of weird that we've done recently, and when I talk to people about it, they always look at me a little weird, is me and my wife started doing Advent boxes.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
I know what the calendar is.
Yeah.
So instead of doing an Advent calendar, just doing like small boxes and labeling them 1 through 24, and then every day you just open something real small.
So it's an advent calendar out of the box.
It's just not chocolate.
Well, and it's not like the Advent calendars are pre-made. Like I'm talking like you go and pick out what's going to be in each box, wrap it, label it, and the boxes are usually like this by this.
It's definitely some no kids type stuff. You
My
couldn't
wife
have
has
that
an
in kids.
advent calendar wine box, cookies but all kinds. We'd have the small cutouts of, sugar cookies, or we would frost our own, or Mexican wedding cakes. But the best is my mom making peanut brittle and caramels.
Ooh, I forgot to say sausage balls were another big one. You know what sausage balls are?
or chocolate peanut butter balls.
Yeah. So you get like the Jimmy Dean hot sausage and some sharp cheddar cheese and some Bisquick, and you mix it all together and you pull them apart, make little balls, and you bake them in the oven. So fantastic.
I do something similar with that. I do sausage, cheese, hamburger, and there's some spices in there, but then we cube into small cutouts of croissants. You just lay it flat, cut them all up, flour them so they don't stick together. Mix all that together and make sausage balls that way.
I like food.
Legit.
Yeah, Christmas time is like one of the best times for food because it centers around a lot of
Well, this whole
sweet stuff.
30 days from Thanksgiving to Christmas is all about food.
You don't count
Yeah.
calories during that time.
No, I don't
They
count
don't
calories
exist.
anyway, but
Yeah, eggnog with a little spiced rum in it, like that. Or you
Never
can do
been
whiskey.
able to do
Brandy.
eggnog. I know so many people who love eggnog. I don't know why. I just cannot do it.
Try using the eggnog as coffee creamer.
Yeah, that too.
Yep.
Oh, so good.
Maybe that's
Vanilla
where I've
spice eggnog?
Because people have just handed me a cup of eggnog, and I try it, and as soon as I take a sip, it's not the flavor, like the flavor to a small extent, but something about it, it just makes my
The
stomach
thickness,
churn.
the viscosity.
so I like
Maybe.
horchata.
It just like churns. I
Yeah,
love
horchata.
and
horchata.
eggnog and horchata are pretty close.
I love horchata. I do not like eggnog.
I like rum chata.
Rum chata is good.
I think horchata is more cinnamony.
Well, it's not as
Okay.
thick either because
Yeah,
It's thinner.
it's more
Yeah.
milky.
Yeah, something about eggnog just makes my stomach churn.
One of the weirdest traditions I love, and it was actually, well, now a long time ago, prior service, and I was on a deployment, and the wife did not want to go out and do a big dinner.
Well, you do have a lot of kids.
Our new tradition became Christmas Chinese food. They're open, they're not doing a lot of business, and they
Yeah.
are happy to serve you.
I'm sure you could feed all your kids for like $20.
Yeah, and it's great. Nobody cooks anything, nobody does anything.
It's a
We
good
open
idea.
presents
On day or eve?
day.
It's a good idea.
Because we've done it on eve a few times. as
Day.
a
'Cause
reference to Christmas Story.
it's just you don't have to go out and make anything. You don't have to do anything. You just open up your presents, enjoy each other, and watch that little bit of magic that happens with your kids at Christmas.
Every time I think of the Christmas Story, I think of her cutting that turkey open. That's overcooked. It's like,
Yeah.
That's funny. I
That's one thing we didn't talk about the movies. National Lampoon's Christmas
Vacation. I thought about that just a minute
Yeah.
ago.
I was like, wow, nobody said that. That's another one. It's a must. You have to watch it.
I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen that.
You're missing out.
Either that or I have, and I just didn't know that it was called that. Because I've
Maybe
seen a lot of National
the
Lampoons, but
Griswolds?
that doesn't stand out to me.
The one where the
Chevy
granny's
Chase.
singing the Star Spangled Banner to the Santa Claus that just caught on fire shooting across the sky.
See, that sounds vaguely familiar. So I might have seen
Shitter's
it when I was
full.
younger. Oh, yeah. Is that the same movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've seen it. Years. But
Every year for this guy, too.
Yeah, it's a yearly thing for me too.
really.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying is like there's so many of those types of movies that happen around this time that you have to watch. And that's what I don't understand is like your hate for this holiday. There's so much good stuff out there about it. Like I get it, you get frustrated when you go to a store and whatnot, but to be honest, I like going to the stores during this time. There's a lot of people out. Everybody I've ever run into in the store, I've never had a problem. They're just like, hey, how you doing?
I think what it is, it's not
Nice to meet you.
necessarily
Merry Christmas.
yes, that I enjoy when it happens. But what happens when I go to the store, I observe too many others just being negative. Like you can tell they're frustrated because someone's standing in their way.
Like you.
Or
Yeah.
no, it's the toxic environment of the store that impacts me. If I just
So-
don't go to
So
the
you
store,
go
I'm fine.
positive.
So
Yeah.
how about why
I'm
don't
always
you
positive.
take the initiative to better the environment?
No, I do.
But hey, buddy, what's up? How you doing? Nice
What-
to meet
I
you.
guess what bothers me, it's not like a particular trip to the store that bothers me. It's the season of where I know that's going to happen, where people are stressed out because time's a ticking. They need to get these gifts done. They need to go get it mailed out. Standing at the post office and watching someone get angry with the postal worker because it's going to take 5 to 6 days instead of 3 to 4, like that frustrates me to see someone be a jerk to somebody that doesn't deserve it.
See, I'm different. Like I can watch that guy blow up on the postal worker about his inability to time management and get his gifts out on time. And I understand that he's frustrated because now he went out of his way to buy these gifts, now has somebody else to blame. So what do? I go to the postal worker. I wish him Merry Christmas. I try to be as nice as possible.
And don't you just hate it when
Like-
you have those people who just completely shift the blame like that? Like, I take full responsibility for things, but, if this wouldn't have happened, though, it's crazy. Like, bro, if you would have shipped your stuff out 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't have had this problem. You could have done ground shipping.
It's easier to pass the buck than it is to accept it.
It is wild.
All right,
Although I
there's
will say
sometimes-
with the shopping thing, I'm with you to an extent on that. But I will say the thing that bothers me now is that there is
People?
no such thing as holiday shopping anymore. You know?
What gets me is sometimes when they have those islands, like the pallets that just lay out in the middle of the aisles, and they have the Christmas packaged bundles of whatever, right? You know that everyone else has been seeing the same thing for 6 weeks, and they're like, "Oh, you got this at Walmart, and it cost you $15.96."
I have.
So what? Who cares? The fact that
No,
you
I'm
got
just saying.
something for
It's
somebody.
the thought.
It's the thought. You're going out of your way to purchase something for someone. That's it. Who cares how much it cost?
Well, no, it's not the cost amount. It's just the fact that like some of these
Okay, who
pretty cool
cares?
kits are on display for
'Cause if, like,
all to see.
I wanted
Like,
to look
have
that
those
up.
kits available all the time.
I could see how much you spent on me for a gift from,
However,
right?
there is no price
Don't
on
mansplain.
my love and care that went into it.
Exactly. That's what you're showing. You're not showing that, oh, I spent $15 on you. I care enough to buy you a gift.
Like I bought a gift recently of a squatty potty for someone. And in my head, I'm like, it's because I care about your bowel movements and intestinal health.
Hey, squatty potties are legit.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So I got one
Bowel
more
movements
Christmas
are
movie to
urgent.
talk about.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a Christmas movie, but
Well,
it's
we're
in the
almost
Christmas
off
realm.
watch, so.
Trading Places.
Oh yeah, that is technically during Christmas time. Towards the end of it, I think. I don't think in the beginning it was at Christmas. I believe at the end it ended at Christmas.
Well, yeah, remember Dan Aykroyd was walking around pissed drunk in a Santa Claus suit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think towards the end of the movie it was Christmas because it was over a period.
Wait, was this the homeless guy and the CEO dude, or am I
Yep.
thinking something different?
Yeah, you're right. You're on
Right.
track.
Hey, you said we're almost off watch. How much more time? Because I have got to go to the bathroom.
We got a few more minutes.
All right, can you guys cover down real quick?
Sure.
Sure. Just pee over the side, man.
There you go. Yeah, I like Trading Places too.
no one's
It's trust me, no one's gonna see it.
It's 40
It's 40.
outside. No one's seeing it.
A gentle breeze comes and gets
Yeah, I really like Trading Places, not as a Christmas movie, but just as a movie in general.
While he's doing that, completely unrelated, I watched a guy underway once try to pee over the side, and the wind caught it and threw it right back in his face. Like, straight up, like, full piss stream.
Fucking noobs.
Oh, my
I mean,
God.
sometimes you got to pay double for that.
To yourself?
Yeah, hey, do what you got to do.
Oh, man. You know, it'd be hilarious as if while this dude is around the corner, our release got up here, and they're like, where the hell is Chris at?
That's funny because they're right there.
Yeah, I see my guy. What's up, man?
All right. Well, Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah, you too.
Double think of that coming to watch the movie at my house. I mean, it's open if you guys want to eat too. Chinese food.
Hey,
Gonna feed you for 50
free
cents.
food.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some food in my belly if I'm going to go bar crawl to town in a Santa
Yeah.
Claus suit.
All right. Well, let's turn over so Chris is screwed when he gets back up here.
All right.
Later.
Later, guys.
U.N.A.S.S Midwatch stars Robert Williams, Chris Sharp, Andrew Mingione, and Chris Short. Logo created by Natascha Mingione. Special guest, the guy with no name, played by Derek Morris. Thank you for listening to U.N.A.S.S Midwatch.